Hello and welcome to the Byline, where we explore the strategies and technologies that are transforming modern finance and operations. I'm your host, Chris, and today I'm tackling a topic that is a source of constant frustration for almost every business: expense reports. Expense reports mean piles of receipts, endless credit card statements to reconcile, and constant back and forth with employees. The go to solution to make this process easier for years has been expense management software. It feels like a logical step. It automates the reimbursements and delivers a cleaner report at the end of the month. But today, I want to propose an idea. What if the goal isn't to get better at managing expense reports, but to make them almost entirely obsolete? Let's discuss what a smarter, proactive process looks like. But before we do, I want to establish what expense management software actually does. At its core, it's a tool for reimbursement and logging. An employee spends their own money or company money, and the software makes it easy for them to capture the receipt and get the transaction into your books. And that's fine, it's better than a file full of receipts for sure. But the problem is that all of this happens after the purchase. By the time a transaction hits your expense platform, all you can do is react. You can't influence the decision. You can't ask if there was a cheaper vendor or check if the purchase was within the department's budget for the quarter. This creates some serious challenges, especially for a growing company. The most obvious one is maverick spend, which is when employees buy things outside of established contracts or from unapproved vendors. An engineer might sign up for a new software tool with a corporate card because it's easier than going through IT. A marketing manager might hire a freelancer they know instead of using one of the company's vetted agencies. These individual purchases might seem small, but they add up to a significant amount of uncontrolled spending. Expense software will tell you it happened, but it won't stop it from happening again next week. Another major challenge is the strain on your AP team. Let's say you have 200 employees, and each one makes just 5 small purchases a month on a corporate card. That's 1,000 transactions. That means your AP team has to track down 1,000 receipts, make sure each one is coded to the right GL account, and reconcile all of it at the end of the month. This quickly adds up to countless hours of tedious administrative work that prevents your finance team from focusing on more strategic activities like financial analysis or cash flow forecasting. And that brings me to the third big limitation: the data. A receipt is a terrible source of data. It gives you a vendor name, a date, and a total. It doesn't tell you what was actually bought. A $1,000 charge from Amazon could be anything. You can't analyze spending patterns when all you have are top-line totals. So accurate forecasting becomes impossible. So, if reacting to expenses is the wrong approach, what's the right one? The answer is to move your point of control from the end of the process to the very beginning before a single dollar is spent. This is the world of procurement and spend management. It's not enough to just track what was bought. You need a way to guide every employee to buy the right thing, from the right vendor, at the right price, every single time. Let's reimagine that process with a platform like Order.co. Instead of an employee going to any website to buy something, they log into a single marketplace where you, the finance or ops leader, have curated a catalog of approved products and services from vetted vendors. When the employee finds what they need, they add it to their cart and check out. The system is already configured with your company's budgets and approval rules. So if the request is within their department's budget and doesn't require special sign-off, the order is placed automatically. No manual intervention needed. But if the request is over budget or it's for a sensitive item, like a new piece of software, the system automatically freezes the purchase and routes it to the appropriate manager for approval. The purchase cannot move forward until that approval is granted. Do you see the difference? Rogue spend is eliminated by design. Out-of-budget purchases are stopped before they happen. Every single transaction is compliant by default. Now let's look at the downstream impact. Your AP team no longer has to track down 1,000 receipts. Instead, the platform consolidates all the orders from all your vendors into a weekly or monthly invoice. And because every line item on that invoice was pre-approved, the reconciliation process is virtually instantaneous. This is a huge leap in AP automation. And the data is already perfect. From the moment a request is made, you have clean, structured line item data. You know exactly who requested what, which department it's for, which vendor's supplying it, and how much it costs. You can build dashboards that give you a real-time view of your company's spending as it's happening. You can finally answer questions like, are we spending too much on software subscriptions? Or can we consolidate our office supply vendors to get a better discount? So let's quickly recap the key ideas here. First, traditional expense management software is reactive. It helps you organize spending after it's already happened, but gives you no control over the initial decision. Second, being reactive leads to uncontrolled maverick spend, a massive administrative burden on your AP team, and poor visibility due to messy, incomplete data. And third, the smarter alternative is to adopt a proactive procurement platform that manages spending at its source, like Order.co. Centralizing purchasing and building in budgets and approvals means you can be certain that every purchase is compliant before it happens. This eliminates rogue spend, automates the entire purchase-to-pay process, and gives you the clear, real-time data you need to make strategic financial decisions. There is still a small place for expense tools, specifically for travel and entertainment. You can't exactly submit a purchase request for a client dinner, but for that other 90% of your indirect spend, like supplies, software, and equipment, a procurement-led approach is infinitely more powerful. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time as we continue to explore the future of finance.